everyone. Welcome to Wellness Wednesday, which is inspired by the amazing functional food company Juice Plus, where we are dedicated to vibrant health all through plant nutrition. My name is Kindall Goetz, and I am a health coach as well as an affiliate with this functional food company. And I am super passionate about the power of whole food plant nutrition. I am so passionate about helping people lose weight on a plant-powered lifestyle. And right now, I'm so honored because today's Wellness Wednesday is all about mocktails. And mocktails are just a really great way to help improve your overall health. And I really am excited because you guys are joining me here in my kitchen in Gainesville, Georgia. And we're going to talk all about the health benefits of mocktails. We're going to share some really great recipes. And I also have two other awesome ladies who are going to join me later, and they're over in Missouri. So let's get started here in Gainesville. And I'm so excited because when it comes to mocktails, mocktails are all about plant nutrition. And that's how they get their health tonic, unlike a regular cocktail drink, which is more of a health deterrent. And so the theme of tonight is plants. Get ready for it. And that's actually where my health journey took a really big leap, because I began adding in more plant nutrition in the simple functional food of Juice Plus. My husband started giving me this red, green, and purple capsule. And unbeknownst to him, I had been struggling with a binge eating disorder for over 15 years. I was in such a disarray and I could not get my health together. But those simple little capsules started doing something really wild in my gut microbiome. And after just a couple of weeks of taking them, I was no longer waking up in the middle of the night, raiding the refrigerator at 2 a.m., looking for junk food and snacks. And my gut microbiome actually started to become more balanced, which started to have better sleep, better energy, better mood. And I started to have so much more vibrancy in my life. And I started seeing it show up in so many other areas. And that one simple change actually inspired me to start trying out other different ways to improve my health. And so I began with another change, which was eliminating alcohol and swapping out for cocktails or mocktails instead of cocktails. And I did it for a whole year, y'all, which might sound crazy, but after one whole year, I started to notice this other side of Kindall that was brighter, and I began to shine so much more without the booze. And what really ended up happening is I broke up with this super unhealthy cycle where I would eat really clean throughout the whole entire week. And then once the weekend hit, I would have maybe 2 or 5 drinks and then start to overindulge, start to treat yourself and start eating more treats. And then by Sunday night, I just felt so sick. And I told myself, all right, Monday morning, here we go again. We're going to restrict food and we're going to over exercise. And guess what? I broke up with that cycle. So maybe this story is for you. Maybe you can relate to that. And maybe that one simple change of Juice Plus could be really major for you. And that's why we're going to talk about some of the fun challenges that I've been doing with my own health group. That whole idea of removing cocktails and adding in mocktails, we are now doing in my health group challenges where we do 10 or even 30 days of replacing your alcoholic drinks with something that's a health tonic. And so I'm going to teach you guys my favorite mocktail, and it is a pink mojito. Oh my gosh, it is so good. And I'm going to show you the whole process from start to finish, and it will take you 5 minutes or less, and you guys are going to love it. So here's how we do this. All the ingredients are right here on this board. It's very simple. We're going to use a ton of mint. Let me get up on this camera and show you guys. This mint, oh my gosh, it smells so good. This is mint from my tower garden. And all I had to do was walk out to my front porch, pick it, and I'm going to use it. So I grow lettuce, herbs, basil. Mint is an incredible aid in your digestion. So when it comes to drinking a mocktail, it's a really good idea to even drink this after you eat, because this will help with your digestion. It actually is really great for weight loss. There are so many antioxidants, and all of that is in these little green leaves right here. We're also going to use limes. And we're going to use grapefruits. These are beautiful citrus fruits. Citrus is incredible for your heart, your immune system, loaded with vitamin C. And these are going to be things that are just going to freshen up, give this drink so much flavor. And they're actually going to also help with more of your digestion. There's bitters in here, and we're actually going to, you can like squeeze this and get out some of those digestive bitters, which are great for your gut. We're also going to use a sparkling water. I like this pamplemousse flavor because it has a little bit of that grapefruit flavor in it. And all you need is you can use a shaker. I'm using my Juice Plus shaker. I don't have a cool fancy mocktail kick, but you can just use this and it totally works. And we're also going to use a little bit of maple syrup for some sweetness. So to get this started, all we have to do is take out the shaker bottle piece, and I'm going to teach you guys a cool little trick. It's called pummeling, and pummeling is a way to release all the flavors into this drink, and it's going to actually help with getting all of the oils, the essential oils that are in the plants and in the actual seed or the actual peel of the lime. And that's actually where a lot of the nutrition lives, is in the peel. So that's why I love Juice Plus, because they actually use lemon peel, the peel of the plant, in the actual produce, in the plant powders. And that's why they work so great on your own health. So all I'm going to do is I'm taking my sourdough whisk, and I'm going to take this and I'm going to start smushing all of these things together. And what's going to end up happening is it's going to start to release the essential oils. And you just keep smushing just like that. And you can use anything you've got in your kitchen. I like something that has a nice blunt end like this, which really works well for smushing things together. And that's about good. So now that it's all been smushed, all I'm going to do is take my grapefruit and I'm going to squeeze this. You know what? That's not going to work in there. That's way too tiny. I'm going to use my own, good old fashioned hands to just squeeze this into my cup. And what you can do is you want to collect the seeds. You don't want those in your drink. So why I love drinking these two, when it comes to losing weight, that's one of my favorite topics to talk about. When it comes to losing weight, it really helps to reduce your alcohol consumption. And I'm not saying that you have to, you can always still have a glass of wine here and there, but it really helps me with making better decisions later on, because I stayed in control, I stay present, level-headed. And also too, what I find is when you stop drinking alcohol for a season, maybe you do like a 10-day challenge with one of our health groups, or you do a happy, healthy hour, it really helps to have a drink in your hand and nobody will know that you're not drinking alcohol too. And as a health coach, that's one of my favorite things, is to help people walk through the social situations that might come up. Because when you start making different health changes, sometimes you run into people who don't understand your decisions. They might start to question you. And so it just really helps if you have a drink to carry around and nobody has to know that there's no alcohol in there. And now too, I'm noticing, we just went out to dinner the other night and there are so many more restaurants that are carrying mocktails at their restaurants. Okay, so now that I've squeezed my grapefruit, I'm just going to take a tablespoon of maple syrup, pour that in there. And this right here is just for one drink. The recipe that you're going to get later tonight actually makes for 4. So you got to have a party, you got to have some friends over. So all you got to do, shake that up real good. And then my favorite method for this is I'm going to put my sparkling water first in. I love that sound, that crisp crack. And then I'm just going to pour right into the glass. And I'm only going to do about half of the way. And then we're going to take this, mix it in. Oh, that nice little fizz. And then to garnish it, you're going to take a little wedge lime, just like that. And I'm going to say cheers to you guys. And also, I'm going to pass this over to my good friends, Lyndsey and Cailey over in Missouri, where they're going to continue the party over at their house. Take it away, girls.
Hello, everybody. My name is Cailey, and this is Lyndsey.
Hi, nice to meet you.
So like Kindall said, I also grew up on the plant powders, the green, the red, and the berry, but I didn't really understand the importance of nutrition until I was in college as a collegiate athlete. I was sick all the time and didn't really know why, but I did like to go out and party on the weekends in my free time with my friends, as a college student does. And so as I was going through the weekends, the days, feeling crappy, I was like, wow, I should really focus on my nutrition. And the first thing that I started to eliminate was the drinks. And that's when I started becoming less ill than usual. And I was like, I wonder if there's something that I can replace this with. And that's where I also met my friend Lyndsey here about a year ago. And she introduced me to these fabulous, fabulous mocktails. So I am going to show you how to make a cosmopolitan today, but as a mocktail instead of a cocktail. So I also have my handy dandy shaker here because I was a college student, so I didn't have the fancy mixers. And so I'm just going to pour a little ice in. And then get my cranberry pear balsamic, which is great for gut health. And we'll do about 3/4 of an ounce. Pour that on in. And then we'll fill the rest with club soda up until the 12-ounce mark. And then I'm going to give it a little shake. It might pop because the carbonation, obviously. So don't be scared. It's a little,
It tells us it's time to party.
yeah. And then I just pour this right on in. Oh, there goes the ice cube. I don't have the fancy strainer. And then squeeze a lime. And then lastly, garnish and enjoy. I'm going to pass this one over to Lyndsey now.
Hello, my name is Lyndsey Carroll, and I'm here from Missouri. So I am going to tell you a little bit of my health story. And since we're doing mindful living, there always comes a story of a mindful movement to that living, which is where my story begins. Which, if we rewind, that was 10 years ago. One day I was in the park. I was praying for my health, and I know I needed something after I had my daughter. I just knew something wasn't quite right with my body. I just didn't know what was going on or where to turn to. And I really like to look to the holistic side. So here I am at the park. After I had this beautiful, precious gift that God has given me, I knew that I didn't only need to care for my health, but I had her health to care for as well. And I needed to set that foundation for her. So that's when I started introducing more plants into our lifestyle. And then I was at the park, and all of a sudden I come up to this lady and her daughter, which some of you might know as Brandy Foss. And her daughter goes, "Mom, they eat the same foods we do." And Brandy Foss introduced me to these amazing capsules, which are literally just fruits and veggies in a capsule. And now we have the beautiful omegas, which I absolutely love. And my lifestyle forever changed because of those. I suffered from a lot of depression and anxiety. And because of my new lifestyle, that helped me tremendously. But I still realized something was still not quite right about my body. And because of this community, I was introduced to a hormone specialist. I experienced, well, let's fast forward to October of 2022. My husband and I got married. We were ready to start a family. We started our family and found out that we were pregnant in January of 2023. And then shortly after that, in February 28th, we miscarried. So that's when I realized I needed to talk to a hormone specialist because I knew something wasn't right with my body. I got with a hormone specialist, which then pushed me to a holistic doctor. So we found out that my hormones weren't acting the way that they should. And then he introduced me to showing me that my gut was off kilter and I knew something was going on. So he helped give me a big blood panel test. We found out my gut was still not able to heal properly because I had a bunch of food intolerances, which were only inflaming my gut even more. So with that, I realized was my time to start cutting out alcohol because that wasn't doing my gut any justice. So that's where mocktails started becoming big into my lifestyle, which I'm about to show you a mixed berry one here in just a moment. But with that said, not only was my gut off, my blood sugars were also off because I wasn't eating enough protein throughout the day, which was then throwing my body all out of whack. And with that, that's what I love about the balsamic cocktails is it's not going to spike your blood sugars as well as the mocktail I'm about to show you as well, which is a huge part for me. So with that said, we're going to jump in. This is the mixed berry cocktail. So you're going to take your glass. I like little mason jars. I'm going to fill it with some ice, put my blueberries and strawberries in there. As lovely Kindall showed you, she pummeled her mint to get her essential oils out. When I was a former mixologist, we would slap our mint to release the essential oils. So I'm going to do some of that and drop it into my big pitcher because this will make us 4 cocktails. So slap your mint, not your mama. So I added my mint. Then you don't have one of these handy dandy smushers, lemon smushers. They are amazing. You're going to need 2 lemons, the juice from 2 lemons, and 2 limes. You're going to squeeze that all in there. Squeeze it like you mean it. And Kindall gave us an amazing rundown of our citrus foods. They're going to provide us our vitamin C. Mint, I've also been using a lot for my digestion. I use an essential oil actually, but this is also great in cocktail form to use our mint leaves. And then I'm also going to use some raw honey, which I'm going to give you a cool rundown. I took a beekeeping class on honey. And if you want to check your labels, I want you all to know bees do not have passports. So if you're reading the back of your label and your honey says that your bees have traveled to Argentina, Canada, and the United States, that is a lie. Bees can only travel in a 3.5-mile radius from their hive. So it's more proper. You're going to get more benefits by buying a local honey. And it also has usually your allergens in them as well. So if you're prone to allergy season, you really want to get a local honey because taking this will likely help you with those allergies. So I'm going to squeeze some honey in there to help with a little bit of sweetness. I'm going to add 2 cups of coconut water. And then I'm going to add 2 cups of our club soda. Woo! Can you hear that fizz? Then I'm just going to take a whisk, mix it all together. And then I'm going to pour over our ice, our blueberries and strawberries. And cheers. You're going to enjoy. So I just want to start off by thanking all of you for tonight. I hope you enjoyed and gained some knowledge along your journey. And lastly, I just want to wrap it up. Moral of the story, listen to your gut. It's never wrong. Mine wasn't and yours isn't. So thank you and enjoy.